thanks for staying with us. We still have Yolanda Okereke with us. I wanted to go to your work as costuming. How far do you go to get some of these costumes? Because, I mean, when I was watching for Seven Doors, I was thinking to myself, like the detail of, they actually went to the time of this movie to dig up these clothes and outfits. Because to the chairs, I mean, everything was just in sync. So how far do you have to travel to wherever it was manufactured to go and get me? Or do you have to source from people? How does it happen?
Oh, filmmaking is a process. Yeah. So the credit for Seven Doors, I'll give it first to Femi Adebayo. Okay. Femi had a vision. I won't say it was an idea or a dream. So when he sent me the script, I read it. I was like, Femi, like, yeah, we're doing it. I said, why? He was like, I want you to be a part of it. So he has his costume designer he works with, Lola Awe. So he says, I want to join both of you. So I know that if I put both of you
one person can do it, of course.
You can. One person can do it, but sometimes it's also good to do collaboration. So then we split it, because there was the modern time and then way back, when you take it back to, how the whole cost, how it all happened and all of that. It was a lot of work. I was ill at the time, so Femi gave me a lot of grace in that period. But the prep Femi took, it was very intense. Like, Tunji Afolayan was the production designer. He went around this whole Nigeria to get everything. But one of the things we did not do enough is archive stuff. So, yeah, well, also because maybe we've never really had that nature culture from the beginning, from the inception of filmmaking. So, if you think about it, most of the old things we have, we all threw them away. So you have to now start going to people's houses and stuff like that. So we had to go into kings' houses to even get clothes. Like Femi was part of the costume team, so I don't even know why he gave us so much credit. And he'll wake up in the morning with a flashbulb moment, like, so I want this. I'm like, Femi, I was listening to him and say, hey, go and find it now. It's you. I say, I've told Lola too. I'm like, Lola.
How far?
It's Femi, okay. But then when you see, so that's the thing with visionaries. When we now saw the final picture of what he was trying to do, it was amazing. Yeah, it took a lot of. It was a lot of work. It was a lot of work because it could not be the modern national case. It wouldn't be the modern laces. Even up to the Ankaras, we had to go into the market. Like, okay, bring this. At some point, I'm like, Femi, I'm not finding. Say, okay, what can we do? I said, can we use like plain fabric but have a bit of texture? I'll send Femi like 20. I'm not feeling. I'm like, you will feel one. I should have seen it like 5 days. So that whole scene and every scene you saw, we created everything. We manufactured everything. We bought everything, and those we had to rent. I think we rented more 30% and created more 70%.
Whoa.
That wedding scene, everything.
Hope you're archiving them now. You're saving them.
Yeah. But so I'm so interested.
The second one I'm going to ask is, I really like this idea of like costuming, and I'm wondering if beyond you, okay, you've just mentioned the second person. Is there like an association so that you're able to gain from each other? You know, let's say this person is in charge of anything you want in the 70s. This person's got it. This one's got 60s. I've got modern day. How do you do? Because going forward, the world is watching Nollywood, and you're now, you know, we criticize the acting, but now people are going to start critiquing the costuming, you know, and your names will be out there. So how are you guys working it to just make sure that it's an industry on its own that employs people, that is going somewhere and is building someone? Yes.
I think structure is what
structure.
But then again, with the way Nigeria has been, it's very hard. So one of the hardest things in costuming is research. We don't even have enough research materials. If you had to Google most of these things, we had to go look for old albums to be able to achieve this. If you Google, you don't get enough. We had to look for really old pictures. It took us about, before we did the whole entire presentation, the entire team, it took us about 2 weeks. Like, Femi had to wait for everybody to be able to get the right picture to be able to interpret what we're all trying to do, because that's the longest production meeting I've ever been in. Creative meeting was about 10 hours or 12 hours. Because I was in the US at the time. I was like, hey, when is my turn? 2 hours. I'm like, you guys are still here. But at the end of the day, what you're saying is actually very correct. Do we have that? It's something that we're all trying to form. So we don't know ourselves enough because the industry is so big. So all it takes is one person to be able to pull it together. And this is not about the guild. Now, this is about people that have done this thing for a long time and have been able to gather stuff. So do I know who I need to go to get certain things? I know. But does the next person know? Not really. So I had that conversation. Who was the person I had that conversation with? Was it Fatuke? Well, somebody I had a conversation with, and I said, even Lola, I spoke to her, and I said, Lola, we have to be able to come together, at least those of us that know ourselves, just for the sake of the young ones, because we're tilling the ground for them to be able to work on it, right? And be able to archive some of these things. So if I need, so now if I know I need like old Astro kids, I'll call Lola. If I know I need so I go to Ngozi or Basi. So there are certain people that have been able to like get this, but it also costs money.
Okay. Of course. So so you are deep neck into fashion. So I'm really curious. Because I love fashion myself. I struggle sometimes.
That doesn't repeat.
Yes.
Holy Spirit told me that Amaka would dress almost like me.
Are you serious?
Yes. I almost wear something that I said. Exactly. I believe she's not going to do that.
Same color.
I'm telling you.
And I was more in black.
Everything, like we're really twinning. So so how do you stay ahead of fashion? The trends, how do you stay ahead of it?
Are you trends girl?
I'm not really a trend person.
Okay.
Because for me, I feel like fashion should be timeless.
Exactly.
Yes, and classic as well. So you're able to remodel. Like for me, I believe in whatever it is that you're wearing should be like a blank canvas, and then you build everything around. If you had to box everything in a trend, then when the movie is showing like 20 years from now, or that product you're trying to show it like 20 years from now, it'll be dated. So as much as I can, I try not to date, except the story or what we're dealing with has to be about trend. So even like on the show, on Star Magnet, I taught the kids, I said, whatever it is that you're going to create, you need to ask yourself, can my clients still have that in their wardrobe in the next 5 years?
Exactly.
Because I know some people have the money to buy a new dress every day, but some person might just say, I just want to spend this amount on this outfit and still have it for like how many years?
50 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
So I have clothes that I bought like 10 years ago and I'm still able to wear them. I have clothes I bought like 5 years ago and I'm still able to wear them. Maybe I just dress them up slightly differently. So for that one, I read a lot of books, so my mind travels. And I watch a lot of Western world stuff. Right now, I think the industry that is intriguing me is actually SK, South Korea.
I love them.
But then when you look at their fashion, it's very clean.
Yeah.
Fine.
It is.
Clean
Detailed,
lines.
everything.
Like it's a really it's a nice jacket, and you can see that they're not overbeating here or whatever. So and if you read it again, that's the story. But if you look at the epic movies, you see it's a little more costumey. So being able to separate it, to know, okay, this film, this is what he's saying, and then you keep it that way. This other one, this is what he's saying. Because fashion also, fashion travels. Some trends, I know when Bridgerton came out, it inspired a trend for big designers to say, okay, I can actually do this and make money. And it made certain designs and they actually make money. So it's a way of expression that enters into people's living rooms without you even paying for it.
That brings me to the question I have, which is, how do you begin to mentor younger fashion costumiers? Because I produce movies and I've worked with a number of costumiers. And what I realized is the work ethic is so different from what I'm hearing you say. You read a lot of books. These ones come on set and they struggle to even read the script. So you're dressing Amaka for a role where she's supposed to be like a market woman, and you're giving her this jacket, and we're arguing while we're supposed to be shooting. And that's why we need a structure in place to say, if you are interested and passionate in this, you need to come and learn the basics, not just putting clothes together. You need to understand that when you're on set, you should know the script even better than the actors, because you're going to be costuming based on that. Do you have, and I know you're busy, so let me not put the pressure on you, but is there anywhere in your head where you're thinking this industry needs to grow to a point where we begin to mentor people who are serious in this?
Yes.
Help us.
I am helping already. Some of my boys are making me very proud. I saw like Damola, he did Christmas in Lagos, and after the premiere, I'm like, that was amazing.
Damola is your boy?
I worked with Damola. Yeah, there's some of them that are like styling Fidel. So for me, it's also identify. I always tell them, I don't need to mention all their names, but those of them that I've worked with that worked with me, I said to them, I said, what is your strength? You can't do everything.
Okay.
Like, I'm not a music video person. So if I get a call for a music video, I'll pass it on to somebody else. So it's that thing of wanting to do everything and not identifying what is my strength. But there's also, like, you know how we say money miss road? Some of them are not there for the work. They're there to take pictures with K-Tenshaw and Richard Dominic. So that is why they won't read the script.
Yeah.
You can't be on my team and you do not read the script. You need to know what's happening in every single scene. We're telling a story.
with
I'm
a
not going to be
breakdown.
on set every day. I might be sourcing for the next day. You need to be able to answer and speak as me. So there's a discipline that comes with that. So I always tell producers, if you hire a bad crew, you're going to suffer. Then you spend more.
Yeah.
So it's not, some people say, oh no, you're saying that because, you know, you're big, you collect money. I say no. We still do small budgets. I've done a lot of work with African Magic on really, really small budgets. For me, it's all about excellence. What is the story saying? So I had thought about that, and I noticed it was one of the things that was mentioned a lot this year about a lot of them not getting the education or the discipline. So I done a couple of master classes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So-
It's only on Museum.
That one was good. God just said the heat is too much in Lagos. God. that one was. Oh, you know, Nigeria doesn't really celebrate its own. So somebody said, "Come on, let us celebrate." And I happened, and I went, and it was amazing. Yes. So I've come up with I call it the Fashion Engineer Club, where I would select about 10 people and spend 3 to 6 months mentoring them. But then the real problem is a lot of people are not teachable.
You can't say that.
You can't wish for anybody what they do not wish for themselves. So you also have to be receptive of the knowledge. You have to be hungry for the knowledge. Like I was at Mr. Bukun Wushika's live series this weekend, and I said to them, one of the girls came and I said to her, it's passion. Because even on the days that you're tired, it's your passion that will drive you. Because when you start, some of them want to make the money. No, it's a gradual process. So you start, it's baby steps, then it turns to adult steps, then giant steps.
Well, I mean, we're so proud of the work you're doing so far. It's something that, I mean, we're really happy. We just had to just bring you on to celebrate the work you do. But just tell us a bit about the future. What we hope to, what movies or what are you working on, and let us look out for it.
For the future, we just wrapped Blood Sisters season 2. Gonna be explosive. The fashion's gonna be loud. Yeah, then I have another big one coming out in January. It's called Something About the Briggs. It's got some of your favorites, Daniel Etimefeong, Richard Dominic, Kenneth Okoli. That's a really great story. It's a family story, and I want everybody to see that. Yes, and we're hoping that Showmax, you say, will get season 2 for Star Magnet, because I think of everything I've done this year, Star Magnet was the best one that happened for me and to me, because it gave me the opportunity to empower. So I had 20 contests.
Is your job profitable across board?
Across board, because it also gives you hats that you would not have had if they did not sign up on it. Okay. But for me, it was more about meeting these young, talented people that needed to be seen.
Okay.
And I work with a whole lot of designers. And for me, it's not the ones you know are not enough. You also want to bring those ones under and then pull them up. So I saw potential, and I had said I was going to work with like 10 of them, but out of the 10, I would say to date I work with 6 of them, and they worked with me on every project I've done from June till this minute.
Wow.
Yeah,
Well done.
and it was important that I had to like project them, like challenge them, like, okay, I'm working on Blood. Like, I'm like, yeah, you can do it. You make a mistake, I'll correct you, because you have to give people the opportunity. We don't give enough opportunity so people can grow. So that's my best gift of the year. Having to have met these kids and giving them an opportunity, and they're also able to make money. Because another problem is that most people want them to do it for free. They are young. Where would they get the money from? An outfit I made last year must have cost like $200, because I produced from scratch. Except there's no boutique that has what it is that I have. My imagination runs wild. So when I do my mood board, can be like 30 pages. I love to produce it from scratch. Up to the fabric, I want to touch it, I want to feel it. Does it work, the color, and all of that. So you don't expect these kids to be able to produce out of their pocket an outfit that costs like $400K.
With which money?
Then you not tell them, I'll give you credit. No. So at least sometimes I advise people to say, split it in the middle. You can do 50-50 if you don't have enough budget, but don't break their back. So maybe they pay for the fabric, and they might just pay for like the production. But seeing them shine is made me happy.
Yeah, fantastic. Thank you so much, Yolanda. Wishing you all the best.
Thank you so much.
Honestly, That's all we can take on this segment with Yolanda Okereke. We're going to short break. When we come back, on to the next segment. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.